channel, Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan, and I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and making it through life. For those of you that have been here before, welcome back. And for my new viewers and new subscribers, welcome. So today we are doing another Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. And don't forget, if you like today's video, thumbs up right down there. If you haven't subscribed already, consider hitting that red subscribe button. If you hit the button, you might as well tap the bell too, so you know every time I upload a new video. So with that being said, another Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday with my channel, Susan's Just Making It, and Stephanie over at Glitzy Gem, and her video will be linked down below. So last week we did a look using BoxyCharm's Hello Charmer, and we didn't get any feedback one way or another whether or not to use the same palette or use a new one. So Stephanie and I decided that we're going to go with a new palette this week, and we decided to go with Natasha Denona's Jubilee palette. Now, this palette scares me a little bit. Not because it's not beautiful and all that stuff, it's just not sure what to do with the colors. And that's what the collab is all about. So Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesdays are all about us using a new palette every week, unless we're requested to repeat a palette, creating a look, getting out of our comfort zone. And we encourage viewers of all ages, preteen, teen, all the way to adult and older adults, to try something new, play with your makeup, and get out of your comfort zone. After all, it's just makeup, it washes off, and it's all about having fun and playing and seeing what you can come up with. So like I said, we're doing the Natasha Denona palette, and when I say it scares me, it's just because I am so used to grabbing a palette that has very similar colors in it, and as you can see, we have a wide range of colors here. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out today. For those of you that have watched the last 2 weeks, you know I gravitate right toward the pinks. So my first instinct was to go with these three colors, but I'm going to mix it up because it's about getting out of our comfort zone, and I don't want to create the same thing. So I'm going to try using these three colors. Now this looks black, and when I first got the palette, I thought it was black, and I'm like, I will never touch that, ever. Now I have used this palette twice. I created a look a little while after I first got it, and then the last eyeshadow look I did, I used another palette, but I did use this green because I was trying to come up with a green from other palettes, and it just wasn't quite the color, so I went toward this. So these two are mattes, and this one is a gorgeous shimmer. Now this looks black. When you swatch it, I would swatch it, but I don't want to. It's hard to wash off my hand. It's actually like a blue-green color. Some people say it's blue, some people think it's green. It's open to interpretation how you see it. But it also has like a really fine like glitter in there. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to try these three colors, and we're going to hope for the best. So to start off, I am going to use, let's see, right here. I washed some brushes, but I also dirtied some, so I'm trying to find just what I want. I think I'm going to use this one. This is a Shania B brush, and this says, I don't have my glasses on, it says tapered blending. That's what I wanted, a blending brush. So I'm going to go into this color here, the tan color, just for a transition shade and to put something down on my lid to build on. And I'm going to apologize because I'm have the mirror next to me. This doesn't have a mirror, so I'm going to have to use this mirror a lot. I would use this in front of me, but everything's mirrored, so I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, I filled this brush right up. My experience is there's not a lot of fallout except for the mattes. So try to work with that. So I'm just going to go in my crease area and try to build some of this up, going back and forth, just for a transition here. And I'm making sure I tap my brush because this does have quite a bit of fallout. Now I came in with a bare face. All I had on today, besides my skincare, is a tinted moisturizer, some concealer for under my eyes. Gotta disguise those dark under eye circles, and a light eyeshadow primer. I have a couple eyeshadow primers, and it depends on what I'm doing, which one I use. I have one that's a little thicker and tackier. I put the lighter one on today because I don't think I'm going to need as much primer. My understanding is that these are very pigmented and easy to blend, so I thought it would be okay with the lighter primer. And I probably could get away without a primer at all, but I didn't want to take that chance. So I'm just building this up nice so I have something to build on. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit shorter this week, and kind of just get in here and throw this on and hope for the best. Like I said, I have a little bit of an idea what I want to do, but we'll see if it turns out or not. So I think that's pretty even. So next I'm going to, let's see what kind of a brush I can find here. I had it set up where I could reach them good, but then I moved the mirror. Now it's in my way a little bit more. I want to go in with something a little bit. I wanted to use this brush, but it's a little bit bigger than I want because I want to have a little bit of more control where I'm putting the color. So it's just going to take me a second to find what I really want. Not that one. Probably the ones I want are probably the ones that are over in the bucket where I keep my brushes that need to be cleaned. This is just a shade brush. It's a little bit smaller brush. So anyway, I'm going to try this color here, and this is called, let's see if I can see it without my glasses, Enigma, I believe it's called. And my understanding is that this is very pigmented. I really haven't played with this color much, so I'm going to go in very lightly because I'd rather build it up than go too dark. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush so it doesn't get crazy. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to start in the outer corner and then see where I'm going to go from there. I'm just going to kind of pat it on because I'm not sure how intense this is going to be. And I don't want it to end up being way too dark. So I'm just going to go in here just a little bit on my outer corner. Like I mentioned before, I have hooded eyes, so I only have so much real estate to work with. So try not to get too crazy. So I just have some on the outer corner, trying to keep it to about 1/3 of the way in. Okay. And I'll probably, just because I'm not too careful or steady-handed, might have to go in and clean this up when I finish the look. Pat some of this off. It's a little bit darker there than I want. I think there's going to be a lot of blending that's going to have to be done with this today. So just have the outer corners. I really like the way it looks against the tan color I put in. And like I said, I'm probably going to do a lot of blending because I don't want it to be super dark. Now I'm going to try to put some going up into my crease, but because my eyes are hooded, I'm going to try to go slightly above the crease and hopefully not make too much of a mess. So let's see how this goes. And like I said, I'm going to keep a little bit of, try to keep a lighter hand. So it may be a little bit more time consuming just because of the fact that I don't want to go in heavy handed and make a huge mess. And I said I was going to go a little bit above my crease, and I still ended up going in my crease. We're going to work with it. It's just yeah, if I try to go up where I really want to, it's going to make the video way longer, because I'm going to have to be more careful. So I'm just going to go kind of with my crease, and we'll make it work. I think it'll be fine. I just have hooded eyes and kind of almond shaped eyes, so you got, like I mentioned last week, you got to work with what you've got. So I'm going to just pat it on so it doesn't get too crazy dark. I don't want to look like a raccoon. I think there's a fine line sometimes when you're working with the darker colors, with making it look good without looking like somebody just got in an altercation with you. So I hope everyone is having a good week. We're at the middle of our week now, so hopefully it was a good beginning of the week. And if the week didn't start out that great, I hope it improves before the end of the week. I'm glad that some of you decided to come back and check out another Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. And that it's entertaining enough that you guys decide to continue coming back and visiting Stephanie and I to see what we come up with every week. And you know, it might be entertaining for you guys after we do our video to grab the same palette if you have it, or a similar one, see what you come up with. So far I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot more than I thought I was going to be honest, and it's actually going on a lot better than I thought it might. So I'm really happy so far. I hope I don't jinx myself saying that and now it's gonna go south, but it's about being positive, right? So I'm just gonna darken it a little bit and get this on there. So I'm really enjoying this collab. Stephanie is really so super sweet, and I'm so glad that she invited me to do this because I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I mentioned before that I'm not really seasoned with makeup. It's relatively new to me. I didn't wear makeup for a lot of years, and I've become interested in it again, and I'm really having a lot of fun playing with it and coming up with new looks and learning from the other wonderful channels here on YouTube. They have a lot to offer as far as encouraging you to play with the makeup and do your own thing, and you're never too young or too old to play with it, and just to have fun. You know, a lot of people in my family are like, you haven't worn makeup for so long, why all of a sudden now you're taking an interest? I don't know, because I am, I guess. But like I said, there's enough in life to take seriously. I don't think makeup should be one of them. It's I think you should enjoy it. So I kind of have it kind of where I want, I think. But I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This one is a detail brush, because I feel like it's not quite as clean as I want it in the corners and stuff. So I'm just going to put some on here and try to clean this up so it looks a little bit not so messy. I mean, I am going to blend this all out, so it's probably fine, but I'm just not happy with my outer corners. To me, it doesn't look very very clean. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Actually, this eye is kind of going where I want it, but there's always got to be one that is a little bit more difficult than the other, I think. At least that's my experience. One of them is always going to give you a hard time. It's just like the way it is. So yeah, like I said, this palette was a little scary. It's just, even when I first got the palette, I looked at it because it was gifted to me. I was like, the colors are all so pretty. Each color on its own is very pretty, But the first time I looked at it, I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I mean, now that I've been playing with makeup more, I kind of see, I can look in a palette and kind of see a direction. But when I first started playing around with makeup again, and I would look at a palette, I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, it's easy when you pick up the ones that have 3 or 4 colors, you know, and it's pretty much just there for you. But when you pick up a palette that has like a mixed color story like this, or one that's got 18, 24 pans, I used to be a deer in headlights. What do I do? What do I do? So anyway, this is, I don't know, a lot of it, it's just not looking neat to me, and it's, because my eyelids are wrinkled, a little bit older, so my eyelids are not as smooth as when I was younger. So we're just gonna go with it. So basically, I'm gonna go back in with the brush I started with the brown on it, and I'm gonna dip back into that brown and just go above this a little tiny bit, just a little bit, to bring that brown in, which I'm not sure. I keep calling it brown. I wish I could just tell you the name of the color. I'm gonna try to draw my glasses, so I'm having a hard time. Yeah, it's too small. I can't read it. I apologize for that. I should have had I should have looked at what all the colors were so I could tell you. So as I went along, I could let you know what they are. So anyway, just put a little bit of that so it show up. Now I'm going to go in with this blending brush, and I'm going to try to soften it and blend it. Then I'm going to go in and work on my lid a little bit. So I don't know that it's going to blend a lot because it's very pigmented, and I probably went a little heavier than I should have. In hindsight, I should have really just stayed really soft and built it up, but I don't want the video to be super long, so we'll work with it. If I was taking my time and I had a lot of time, I probably would have went in really light-handed and built it up, but for the sake of time, yeah, we're gonna work with this. I'm just trying to blend it out because it is very pigmented, and I want it to look a little bit softer. So I'm just gonna blend until I'm happy with it, and then I'm gonna go in and do my lid a little bit here. And I'm definitely gonna have to soften my inner corners a little bit because I don't know that I really wanted it quite that dark toward the inside of my eyes, but it's okay. We'll go with it. It'll be fine. So I'm not happy with it. Like I said, it's a little dark going in corners, but I think it'll be okay. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to do more of a cut crease or if it's clean enough. I think I'm just going to go with it. Like I said, if I was taking time, I would have went in lighter and built this up and played with it more, you know, to shape it. But for the sake of keeping the video a little bit shorter, we're going to skip that. I'm just going to try to go in a little bit and bring this up. I'm not quite happy with how it looks there. So using a detail brush, I just want to bring more out. Like, I don't like that it's just entirely a semicircle. I'm going to try to build a little bit up here, just so there's a little bit more of a shape to it, if I can. If it starts to look too difficult or it's not going to go where I want it, I'll just skip it. But I want to kind of give it a little bit of a different shape. I don't know if it's going to work for me. I don't think it's going to. like I said, I have limited skill doing my makeup, so I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, but I don't want to push it too much and just end up with a mess, if that makes any sense, because yeah. Because if it gets too messy, that it can't be cleaned up, it's I have to scrap it, because washing it off and redoing it is probably just going to irritate my eyes. I run into problems when I do that, because the makeup, then cleaning it and the makeup stuff, it just irritates my eyes. I have a little bit of allergy thing going on here lately, being springtime, that it doesn't take much to irritate my eyes, because I got a little bit of, you know, dealing with the change in weather, and then putting stuff on my eyes. Sometimes my eyes just can't handle it. They're like, no, 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 leave us alone. So I want to just go ahead and venture out. I probably should have asked Stephanie how she felt about it before I do this, but it popped into my mind, so it's coming out. At the end of the video, we usually ask you guys if you want us to create a different look with the same palette, or try a new palette. The color is looking uneven when I look here, but I'm looking in the mirror, it looks a little bit more even. I'm going to go ahead and venture a little bit farther, and in the comments, if there's a palette you want us to try, like if you have a certain palette in mind, go ahead and leave that down there. It's not a guarantee that we'll both have that palette, but this one looks a little darker to me, but we can try to find something similar. Just a suggestion, you know, maybe you want to see us play with a certain color story or something. I mean, we appreciate any input. It's it encourages us to get out of our comfort zone, but at the end of the day, it's about you guys more than it is about us. You know, what do you want to see? So if you have an opinion about that, feel free to share it. We're always interested to know what you guys think. I don't even know if this looks even or not. I don't know if it's a different lighting or what, but I'm not going to play with it and end up messing it up worse. I think it's the lighting. I've got a window here, I have a ring light here, I've got a little bit of a light coming in from the other room, so it's kind of hard to tell. And this is looking really messy, but I hope I can pull it together in the end. Part of it's just the day I'm having. I'm a little scattered, so it's hard for me to really pull myself together and concentrate on my look. So I apologize for that. That's my fault. I'm trying to do the video and do something, but just my whole day is a little off. So I apologize. I'm just going to leave this color alone for now. I'm trying to like blend it and soften it all over the place. I'm just going to leave it alone for now because it's getting way dark and out of hand. I'm going to work on the lid, and then if I have to clean it up or do whatever, I'm going to. So I'm going to try to find a packing brush here that's in decent shape. Quite what I'm not finding quite exactly what I want, so bear with me just a moment so I can find one and grab it. I guess I'll grab this one. This is it's one of the cheapest ones I have. It's just I think it's Modesta brand. Yeah, they can get at Family Dollar. Super cheap brand, but it works really good. So I don't care whether it's cheap or whatever works. I'm trying to find my setting spray. Whatever works. Now I'm going to try to go in with a dry brush. If it doesn't work, I'm going to wet. But I'm going to try to go in with the green shimmer. And I don't know if the brush is going to pick it up or not. There's a good chance it won't. We'll see. And I'm just going to put that in the middle of my lid. It's doing okay so far. Now a lot of these shimmers will go on better if you use your finger, but I'm just going to try to lay it down with the brush first, and then I will blend it out, and then I will go on with my finger and like intensify it a little bit. And the video is starting to get long, so I'm going to try to speed it up without making a mess. I should have probably paced myself a little bit, but that's me. I don't usually plan too well, but we will go with it. After all, like I said, it's just makeup. It's not like serious earth-shattering stuff. I mean, obviously, if you're going to an event where you're really concerned about your appearance, by all means, take your time and stuff like that. But we're just doing this for fun and playing and experimenting and encouraging you guys to do the same. So I'm not going to sweat it because it's really not that important, guys. It's really not. So let's see. Just trying to see. So far this is what I have. I have the dark in the corner and in my crease, and it looks messy. I think the light's a little too bright. I'm going to try to bring the light down a little bit. There we go. So, and I am going to come in and clean up here a little bit. I'm not that good yet that I'm really precise, so it's easier for me to just put it on and then clean it up later. Just throwing that out there. There's probably some of you out there going, oh my gosh, it's not very clean and crisp. Nope, it's not. I'll admit that it's not. So I'm just going to try to clean some of the color off the brush. I'm just going to go in with the same brush, and now I'm going to go into the middle shade, the yellow shimmer, and I'm going to do that on my inner corner. I'm going to try to lay it down with the brush. It's picking up really, really well. Much better than the green did. So I hope I don't have too much on here, but we'll see in a minute. So I tried to put the green in the middle of my lid, and I'm going in here with the yellow toward the inner corner, and it's laying down really well. Actually, it's really going on well. It's a little bit not as clean because I didn't cut the crease. Oops, I went in the green. Which it would have been cleaner, but I didn't want to make it really long, and I didn't want to cut off the camera and back, so I'm just going with this. Oops, got a little bit up here where I don't want it. Like I said, I'm going to go back later and clean it up a little bit. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to blend it. Doesn't look like much now, but I'm going to blend it, and then I'm going to come back and apply some with my finger to like brighten it up and make it not so muddy looking. Hopefully. Like I said, just kind of bear with me because I'm not that skilled. I just try. So I'm going to blend it in here. I'm going to go from the inner corner toward the outer corner because I don't want the green to get into the yellow, but if the yellow gets into the green, I don't mind as much. And I find that when I do videos, whether I'm putting makeup on or I already have makeup on and I do a video, that with the lighting and everything, when I'm talking to you guys, it looks so dark. The last video I did, I was looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, my eyeshadow looks so dark. But it's not, it's just the lighting. So I should really learn to go lighter handed and be aware that it's going to look so much darker to you guys. It's like one of those note to self things. So that blended in a little bit more than I wanted to. Now I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and I'm gonna just clean up all this fallout and all this where it's smeared, and then I'm gonna go in with my finger and put some more of the green and yellow down and see what it looks like after that. So just take a makeup wipe here. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit. Yeah. No. I have to be careful of getting too much right in my outer corner of my eyes, because I find if I have a lot of shadow in my outer corner and then I go to line my eyes, it really irritates my eyes for some reason. So that seems to be a very sensitive area for me. So when I do my eyeshadow, I have to be a little bit aware of that, and it's gonna alter the way I do my makeup a little bit, but I'd rather it not look maybe as nice to save irritating my eyes. Because last week I had a thing between the allergies and eye makeup and stuff. I woke up one morning and my eyes were so puffy because they were so irritated. So it looks better when I can line them the way I want, but it irritates my eyes. So we're not going to do that, because it is doesn't look too good and it doesn't feel too good when it happens. So clean that up a little bit. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and I'm gonna go on with my finger and put those two colors on and see if I can make it look a little nicer. So I'm gonna go ahead with the green and put it in the center of my eyes. When you're working with these shimmers, sometimes you can get them to go on with a brush, sometimes you can't. Some of them just will not. This one did okay. It did better than a lot of them have that I've tried. But I agree with a lot of other women here on YouTube. These shimmers, just go on with your finger if you can. I mean, the brush, if you're laying it down accurately, yeah, you're probably going to want to go with a brush. But if you're not as concerned about where it's placed, your finger works way better for getting the color on there. Yeah, I'm much happier with the way it's going on with my finger. So I think that's pretty good with the green. And I tried to stay in the middle of my lid, leaving the darker color toward the outer part of my lid. So there's my finger. So this is how it looks so far. See how much better it looks? It's like really staying on. So with my finger off my finger. Now I'm going to do the same with the yellow in the middle. Do it with my finger and the inner corner here. So yes, much better. And because it's my inner corner, I'm using my finger. It's going up a little bit higher than I want it to, but it's okay. I mean, not that my fingers are fat, but they're bigger than a eyeshadow brush. So I think okay. Now I'll go back in here and clean up where I smeared it. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to use a brush because I don't want to muddy it, but I'm going to go with my finger and I'm going to try to soften between the colors a little bit. I don't want to blend them really into each other a lot, but I do want to soften it a little bit. And play with it a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll clean up this. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a little tiny angled brush, which here's one that's really small. This is yeah, I can't see it very well. It's an eyebrow brush, but I don't use brushes when I do my eyebrows. I usually use them to line my lower lash line. It's all good because that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to take the darkest color I use, the Enigma, that looks black in here. I'm going to get some on there. I'm going to try not to get carried away because it is super pigmented. I'm going to try to put it under my lower lash line toward the outer corner. And like I said, I'm not going all the way out because it tends to irritate my eyes. And I have small eyes, so whenever I do my lower lash line, I don't do the whole thing because it closes my eyes in even smaller. So I try to stay to the outer third to a half of my eye, because otherwise it'll look like I have no eyes. That's our whole family thing. It's from my mother's side of the family. We tend to have the almond shaped eyes, so that's like a family trait with us, the little eyes. So I'm going to try to take this. I hope there's not too much pigment on it, but I'm going to try to take this detail brush. I'm going to try to get a lot of the pigment off it, a lot of the shadow, to just soften where I just put under my lower lash line, because I don't want it to look like a really sharp line, but I don't want it to get too carried away. I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and yeah, we don't have people with very big eyes in our family, and it's like my older son. Sometimes when he laughs, it looks like he has no eyes because they get so squinty. So, all right. So I'm picking up the yellow, and I want to do a little bit on my inner corner and a little bit under my lash line on the inner corner of my eye. And I think this is really going to brighten it up a lot. So, yes. Just a tiny bit more. Tapped a little bit too much off. I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I want it to have some on my eye. Otherwise it defeats the whole purpose. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything. I think overall I'm pretty happy with this. I am going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm pretty happy with this lining my eyes. I'm not going to line the top because I don't want to mess up what I already have. I don't want to irritate my eyes and all that stuff. But I am going to go put a little bit of mascara on, and I'm not going to really do my face other than the moisturizer I have on, because I'm not going to do that today. I have no interest in doing that. But I am going to throw a little bit of a lip tint on and a mascara, and I'll be right back, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, I am back. I just put on some mascara, and I put on some lip color and lip gloss. I just used this what is it? Just a little balm stick, and then I went in with a lip gloss over it after I blotted it because it was very red. And this is how it turned out. Like I said, all I did was put the mascara after I went off camera, put quite a few coats. I like to put a lot of coats, make it look like I have eyelashes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like when I'm all done, which I'm surprised it turned out as well as it did, because I was skeptical there for a moment. I thought it was going to be all muddy and messy, but it's not really too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. I usually shy away from green eyeshadow because having the brown eyes, I'm not sure if it really looks good. My sister's always trying to get me to put green eyeshadow on, so she'll be happy with it. But like I said, we use the Natasha Denona Jubilee palette. My comfort zone is here. This is not my comfort zone, so I went out of my comfort zone. So I'm really anxious and curious to see what Stephanie came up with. If you started with my video, make sure you go over and check hers out. I'm sure she did a beautiful look because she does awesome, gorgeous eyeshadow looks. And if you came from her channel over here, I'm glad you decided to bop over and see what I came up with. Something I wanted to mention. So if you want to see us do another look with this Natasha Denona palette, make sure you let us know down in the comments. And if you want us to try a new palette, leave that down there as well, so we know what we're doing next week. We want to, show you guys what you want to see. So let us know, about the palette for next week. And I'm interested, if you leave down the comment, is it a yay or is it a nay? Did it turn out well or did it turn out bad? I'm always curious because sometimes it's hard to for me to judge for myself, so I depend on you guys to let me know. So don't forget to let us know what palette, this one or a new one, Make sure you let us know what you think of the look we came up with. I'm curious what Stephanie's looks like. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget the thumbs up. It helps our channel so much so we can keep bringing content to you guys. It's very important and it's very appreciated. And like I said, for anyone that hasn't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And I am super, super, super happy that Stephanie invited me to be a part of her Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesdays and turn it into a collab, because I'm enjoying it very much. Coming up with new looks, getting out of my comfort zone. It forces me to play with my makeup a little bit more, and I have enough of it, so I need to use it. And Stephanie is one of the sweetest people ever. I am really enjoying working with her and the friendship that is coming about between the two of us. So I guess that's all I have for today. Make sure to let us know about the palettes, and I'm glad you stopped by to watch our videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So until then, have a great rest of your week. Bye bye, guys.